I love the premise of the show. Smart people talking about dumb shit.
I think it's dumb people talking about smart shit. Oh, we go where we not supposed to go, baby.
The Brilliant Idiots Podcast.
Yep, Charlamagne the God.
Andrew Schultz.
We are the Brilliant Idiots Podcast, back for another week of brilliant idiotness. Now, by the time y'all see this video, you're going to wonder why I'm dressed like this, okay?
Yeah, that's right.
It's clearly because it's Halloween, people.
Yeah.
You know, and I have been getting set up all day because I was at Breakfast Club early this morning, only person in a goddamn costume. And Andrew told me he was dressing up. Or no, Taylor, but...
I thought we were dressing up, and then I didn't. That's on me.
Taylor's dressed as Bruno Mars.
Sorry about that.
Show him, Taylor. Show him.
I'm
a leader, door open.
What are you?
Bruno Mars.
You're a ringleader. Oh.
She's the ringleader of the Universal Circus. No, the Universal Circus was wild. They used to do that for real.
I just thought of a good one, but I can't say it.
The Universal Circus used to do that. They used to dress dogs up as lions. I'm serious. They did. They used to dress dogs up as pit bulls. So you on brand. How was your weekend, Schultzy? Yesterday was your B-Day.
My B-Day.
Happy born day.
Thank you, man. I think birthdays are stressful.
Why?
I don't know. I mean, I've been thinking about it. It's a weird time. I mean, it seems like it's a weird time.
Why?
I don't know. I had a lot of anxiety around my birthday.
Really?
Yeah.
You're getting another year older and you got a lot more responsibilities now. And I think it's probably hitting you. And Lord have mercy, I'm a fucking adult.
Yeah.
You're knocking on 40, bro. Where you at now?
Yeah, I'm 39 years old.
Woo!
Yeah. I think there's definitely like age as a component. I think it's also like it's the only day a year where there's like an expectation of treatment. Like every other day, you know what I'm saying? Like every other day, there's no expectation of treatment, right? But on your birthday, for whatever reason, there's an expectation of people reaching out or saying something to you. And I know it's completely arbitrary and irrational. And I'm not like I try not to be like sensitive about these things, but I found myself getting caught up in it. Like, oh, did this person wish me happy birthday? And I'm like, who gives a fuck? Like, people are busy. They have their own lives. They're doing these things. But it was weird to have that kind of anxiety. Or I don't know, anxiety, but like almost potential letdown, you know? And that doesn't happen to me with any other day.
I know exactly what you mean. And it's the weirdest thing. It's weird how the human brain works, right? Because I feel like I'm very low maintenance. Like I would rather do for people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Than actually be the person getting things done to them, right? Like it just makes me uneasy. Like I even spoke to my therapist about this, like receiving joy. You know what I mean? Or letting people do things for you.
Yeah.
Like she broke it down about how, you know, it's like trust issues and I don't want to, you know, I don't want to be disappointed by people. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because you have you shouldn't have any expectations for anybody.
Yeah.
Right? And you shouldn't expect you from other people. So it's just like, I would rather be the person showing the love than receiving it.
Yeah.
But it's weird, right? Because
you
say that until you don't get it.
You disappointed me. You didn't come to my birthday.
I sent you a bottle of wine, though.
Well, you're supposed to do that and come to my birthday. It's not one or the other.
But what's interesting about that is...
But that's unfair because you have your life and you have the things that you need to do.
No, I'm just scared of them all. It's just straight... it's just literally like, I want to go to Schultz's birthday, but it's at the mall.
But it's at a wave pool that I rented out that's a private...
Well, you didn't say that. You didn't add all of that. You did not say private. You just said, I'm doing it at the surf place at the mall. You did not say that. Now you're speaking my language.
But here's a perfect example where it's just like, I can't let, like, narcissism is the world revolves around you and everybody should drop everything for you. Mm-hmm. And then...
That's not narcissism. I don't believe that.
Well, we can debate that, but I guess what I'm trying to say is like, but this is it's like, birthdays almost like lend themselves to your narcissism. It's like an excuse for narcissism when you should have the same... I should go, no, people have things to do in their lives. Like you had to do something. You had
my till screening.
You had your till screening. Like there are other things you had to do. So there's this moment where I'm like, I really wish my friend made it happen for this day. But at the same time...
Shit, now you're making me feel bad. See what I'm saying?
Well, I'm just trying to express how I feel.
No, now you're making me fucking feel bad.
No, but you see what I'm saying? Because it's like this... If it was just like, yo, let's go surfing on a Saturday, right? Then, and you couldn't come, you'd be like, yeah, people are busy. You have one birthday a year. So all of a sudden you start putting this pressure like, oh, if people really fuck with me, they would sacrifice for this day. When it's not fair. People have their lives and they have other things that they need to do. And that's how I treat shit. I miss people's birthday all the time. Now you feel bad.
I do.
But my goal isn't for you to feel bad. My goal is to say
I think that was your sole goal.
Well, it feels better you feel bad. I'll be honest with you. It does feel a little bit better.
No, but it's real though. It's like, yo, because you say to yourself, oh, yeah, I don't care if that person wishes me happy birthday, but it's like, why the fuck didn't that person wish me happy birthday?
Yeah.
You know
Dude, it's so weird. And there's like a sliding scale of the things people do to wish you happy birthday that like make you feel good based on your expectations of them. Like if somebody who like I'm not very close to goes above and beyond, my expectation was so low, they went above and beyond. I'm like so touched and like blown away.
Yeah.
But it's unfair that the people I'm closest to have to do something huge for me to be blown away. That's unfair.
I think birthdays are important though, because I think we're all so tender on our birthdays. Like how you're feeling right now.
Yeah.
I never felt like this when I was younger about birthdays.
Not at
The
all.
older I get, I'm crying on bro. I'm not even. I'm like literally like in tears, and like I really do appreciate my people's birthdays, right? Like people that I love and I care about, and I think it is important to acknowledge, like, hey, I know this is your day, happy born day, and not just because of a social media post, like, nah, man, send some flowers, send a bottle of wine, you know what I mean? Put some thought into writing a little card and just letting them know, like, you know what I mean? Like, yo, they appreciate it, you know? And then you know, you feel away too, because it's like, well, damn, did they receive my bottle of wine? Because he didn't acknowledge it.
Yeah.
Or does he not like wine? Does his wife not like wine?
No, I like the bottle of wine. It was a weird bottle too.
What was it?
I don't know. It was like some. It was called like Prisoners or something. It was somebody like wrapped in chains. I was like, did you get this at the?
Fuck up.
I swear to God. I was like, I thought you literally got it from the till screening and then brought it and then like sent it directly there. It was a weird choice.
I just told my assistant, I said, get him a nice bottle of wine.
Yeah.
I don't believe you.
I swear to God. I'll have my wife send me a picture of it. It was like shocking. I was like, okay, what's going on here?
But I do think that we should appreciate birthdays because, man, we live in a world where people are waking up dead every day.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And when you talk about 39 years old, I'm 44.
Bless.
What?
But you know
what? All the people that didn't make it to 39, bro, that didn't make it to 44.
No, you're right. But it also is cool because it gave me perspective on like what I need to do for people's birthdays. Like this past year, I've been going a little bit harder for people's birthdays. But in the past, like I never put anything on it because I didn't expect nothing from mine. You know what I mean?
Well, and the finances change, right?
That's also true.
Yeah.
That's 100%.
Finances change.
But now I know that someone could be feeling that insecurity on their birthday. And I know that I could help them with that by making that effort.
I'm telling you right now, I know I feel insecurity on my birthday. Why? I don't know. I don't know why at the tender age of 40
because people could let you down.
It's not even just about the people. It's the fact that we're all getting older.
Yeah.
This shit is not stopping for nobody.
Yeah,
like I look at my daughter sometimes and I'm like, yo, my daughter's 14. That's how I gauge my age now. I gauge my age through
and your children's age.
Your children.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, damn, when I first had my daughter, I was 29. I literally turned 30 2 days later.
Yeah.
Her birthday's 2 days before mine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it's like I'm looking at her, the older she gets, the older I'm getting. And I really do think about life. Like now my perspective is different. Like when I was young, think about how we used to look at like 30 and 40. Like, damn, that's old as shit.
Yeah.
But now I'm looking at 60-somethings. I'm really looking at Steve Harvey and like, all right, Steve's 65, his kids are 20-something. That's fly to me. Some of his kids work with him. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm looking at now.
But I think that's why it's so important to have kids. And I say this as someone who doesn't have kids yet, but hopefully
keep nutting
soon. You know what I mean? Your boy's out here. Bro. But like kids allow you to access, you know, the childhood playfulness. That you need to access as an adult. They allowed you to I imagine they allow you to like re-tap in and they give you this like this purpose. Like even look at like Halloween, we're all dressed up.
I'm dressed as fucking Sting.
Yeah.
You know why? Because I grew up Jehovah's Witness.
Yeah.
So I never got to celebrate Halloween.
Yeah.
And now I'm 44 years old.
Bro.
Wearing all the Halloween costumes I would have wore if I could have afforded them and if I celebrated Halloween. I was Black Panther one year.
Yep.
I was Iron Man one year. Yep. Now I'm goddamn Sting from the WWE.
Yep. I was having this conversation with Jordan Peterson. You know who Jordan Peterson is?
Yeah, he made Get Out. Yeah.
Some of my favorite movies.
Mm-hmm.
And but he was talking about that, like we were talking about something like what's the absence of power? It's play, and then we have this discussion about like the importance of play, right? And I think as humans, it allows us to prepare ourselves for the harsh things of life.
Yeah.
Like Halloween is playing with death. in its real inception, it's death.
Everybody says that. Is that true?
100%. Like this idea you dress up as Sting is new, right? Back in the day, it's like you're a skeleton, you're a zombie, you're all these figures that have already passed. And I think it's our safe way to play with the idea that people die. Our loved ones die. The people we care most about die. And in life, we constantly do that, right? We prepare ourselves. Like even with humor is a great way to talk about some of the most difficult things in life.
Absolutely.
And it prepares us for dealing with those fucking difficult things. We're drawn to this. Like even when you spar somebody in boxing, it's preparing for the fight.
Yeah.
You know, like even like flirting with a girl, you're using play to go a little bit into a territory that's like naughty, but as long as it's playful, it's okay.
Yeah.
If you're just like hitting on a girl all aggressive, she's like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
but if you know how to play, all of a sudden she's having fun too.
Better have a joke.
Right.
I was reading something or watching something, and they were talking about Halloween, and it's not just Halloween in America. It's like all over the world. They have these like Days of the Dead.
Yeah.
Like in New Mexico, they have
No, Mexico.
Mexico, right? They have the dead. What is it?
Dia de los Muertos.
Whatever the fuck. That's
You
what it's
just
called?
had it. Day of the Dead.
Day of the Dead. Yeah. And it's like they do that. It's almost like a purge.
Yeah.
Like, they don't go so far as committing all of these crimes, but it's just like, you got to lean into your dark side, lean into your shadow side for the day.
Yeah. Get it out.
I enjoy it.
We're drawn to it. It allows us to be brave in a safe environment, right? And we need that because we need to be brave in life. So we got to practice being brave.
Yeah. You made me think of something, too, when you were talking about the parents. It's like, man, what were our parents going through that they did not play at all?
But
my parents didn't play. I'm still 18 in my mind.
Yeah.
So I'm still, and maybe it's because of the culture is kind of like similar, because like even though my oldest is 14,
yeah,
I don't think there's ever been a time in our history where you've had a culture, which is hip hop, which is kind of like there's no age gap to it. Like these kids are watching Khaled on social media.
And Khaled is playful.
Yes. These kids are wearing Jordans and still Yeezys, even though they might be becoming a symbol of hate. Like, you know what I mean? Like they're still wearing these things. So it's like we got so many things in common on the music.
Yeah.
Like if I'm walking around the house saying, oh, you thought I was feeling you?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My daughter is telling me, stop, Dad.
Yeah.
Because that's what the kids in her school are singing. So it's just like, there's still a connective tissue that I don't feel like we had with our parents.
I think, that's why like our parents' generation was a bunch of alcoholics. Right? Because they came back from Vietnam and there was no play anymore. They just saw absolute atrocities nonstop. And it was like one of the worst things I've ever experienced.
It ain't shit funny. There's nothing to laugh about.
I mean, civil rights movement. Imagine what your folks are going through at that time. It's like a horrible, horrible experience. How do you play in that?
Damn.
But
you're not lying, bro.
But if you look at like certain generations, there was a lot of play.
Man, you're not lying. I got an aunt who's 80 years old. My aunt Dot. And I remember last summer, her and my aunt, my other aunt and my mom were having a conversation, and she was like, I don't know nothing about no integration. You know what I mean? She said, I don't know nothing about no, which was it? Which was, I don't know nothing about no integration.
Yeah.
Because her whole time in school was segregation.
Segregated,
and I'm like, damn, can you imagine that?
Yeah.
Like, and when you ask them what has changed, they like, nothing.
Yeah.
Because they're already used to being in their own spaces.
I always wondered that, like, you know how like black people have made their food so delicious despite it being like not the most desirable parts of the food.
Yeah.
Right? That's where soul food comes from, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think like the black water fountains were like fire? Like,
nah, that's a great question. I never thought about that, but that
threw a
makes
little
a lot of
something in
fucking
there.
sense.
There might have been Kool-Aid coming. Like, you don't know exactly what was coming out of that.
That makes a lot of sense, bro.
I'm just saying, black people have found a way to take whatever they've gotten and make it better.
No, I know it sounds like a joke, but I get what you're saying, because I'm sure the black water fountains weren't as good.
But
so I'm sure there was something they did, like put a mint on their tongue, something. I guarantee. I guarantee. Or put the water in some type of jug and then added like a little bit of sugar to it. I'm serious. I bet you something like that happened. I promise you. They probably took the water home, boiled it, then made it cooler. Who knows?
I think so.
I've never thought about it. What else happened this weekend, man? You saw the Jake Paul fight?
Shout out to Black Excellence, bro.
Who?
I'm just saying, that's what y'all do. You can't stop it. You know what I mean? You cannot stop it. It's impossible to stop.
You definitely can't stop us. Did you watch the fight?
Do you think that there were white people trying to steal the black water fountain water?
I think white people have been trying to steal from black people and steal black people forever.
You think?
It's the inception of time.
But
yes.
okay, well, we didn't need to go there with it, but
since the inception of time.
Yeah.
Did you watch the fight?
I did watch the fight.
What did you think?
Unbelievable.
I thought it was
man.
a great fight. Did you pay $4.99 for it?
I paid $60 for it.
I went to my cable provider and I bought Showtime pay-per-view, and that shit said $4.99. Yes, so I ordered it twice. I ordered it downstairs and upstairs because my wife and sister-in-law was downstairs watching movies, so I was upstairs watching the fight, and I paid $4.99 on both TVs.
Yeah, I don't think you did, bro.
I don't know, but I took a screenshot of the goddamn picture, so when the bill comes,
Yeah,
and
I
it
think
says
you
whatever
signed
it says,
up for Showtime.
Yes, no, I got
and you
Showtime.
also paid for it.
No, I got Showtime. I already got Showtime.
All right. But I thought the fight was amazing, and then I actually thought Jake was going to do it. I posted about it. I thought he was going to. I mean, like, not only does he knock him down in the 8th, but he was the dominant force in the fight. There were times where Silva was putting on pressure.
Yeah.
But an interesting thing about this fight, if you watch, Silva didn't feel comfortable exchanging at distance. So he put on pressure and he kind of crowded him, and he was throwing like uppercuts. And the reason he did that, I'm assuming, is because he was concerned about getting hit. So he wanted to crowd Jake's punches so he didn't have the opportunity to bang, to bust out that big right hand.
It did seem like for a moment he wasn't afraid of Paul's power at all, though.
No, for the first few rounds, he wasn't afraid because he got caught by some big shots and didn't go down. That being said, he wasn't exchanging at distance. And Silva's a guy, if you watch his fights when he was in MMA, he was beautiful exchanging at distance, punching, moving, and I just think that he thought it was too costly. I mean,
I want Paul to work on his hugs, though. His hugs look a little too sensual.
What do you mean?
Like, they look intimate. Like, they wasn't like a boxing hug. It was like a real hug. Like, oh, I miss
at
you.
the
Happy
end?
birthday. No, the whole time.
Oh, like the whole
like
day.
Silva was putting pressure on him, and he would try to hold him. And look
I mean,
like
that's
a real,
his hero,
like,
bro. Imagine you were fighting your hero. You had the opportunity to hug him just a little bit. You know what I mean? Of course you're going to do it.
Paul, you know what, though? I don't know if Jake Paul needs to fight a real boxer.
Yo, I tell Jake this. I'm like, bro, stop trying to win over the hearts of like the people who are your haters anyway.
Yeah.
It don't matter if you beat Canelo. They're going to say, oh, Canelo got off the steroids.
I can't even believe that's the example you use.
My point is,
that's an extreme example.
My point is he could beat the best boxer ever and people are going to find an excuse as to why he did it, right? No matter what he does.
You beat Canelo, you got to give Paul his props.
Bro.
But I know what you're saying. They'll be like, well, go fight somebody. Go fight Terrence Crawford now. Then Go fight Bud now.
Exactly.
They're
going to say, yo, you're 200 pounds. He's 150 pounds.
Yeah.
Why are you fighting him? So my point is stop trying to win over the haters and then just keep enraging them. Fight like, for example, Silva has had boxing matches. He beat Chavez Jr. So he beat a legit boxer. Silva did.
Yeah.
And then he just easily beat Silva and dropped him in the process. So it's like, what I think I'm doing if I'm you is just taking the biggest money fights and then getting the fuck out of there while you still got some brain cells left.
I like Jake. I just like Jake because he's a good showman.
Oh, great.
You know what I mean? I mean, even getting in the ring at the end of the fight and calling out Canelo and Nate Diaz.
It's amazing.
I want Nate Diaz, who's a bitch. He tried to come into my locker room. He tried to cause some shit. And then he always leaves the fucking arena. So Nate Diaz, stop being a bitch and fight me. And Canelo, you too, Canelo. You guys said, oh, you can't beat someone. You can't beat a striker. You can't beat a legend like Anderson Silva. I just did it. So why can't I beat Canelo? Fuck y'all.
I mean, it just keeps things going because it makes everybody be like, you can't beat such and such, which he can't. Canelo's fucking you up, Jake. I'm letting you know that right now, Jake. So stop.
Oh, stop.
Could you stop right now?
How many guys he got to beat before people go, all right, he's good?
I'm not saying he's not good. I'm just saying you're not beating Canelo Alvarez, one of the greatest boxers of all time.
On paper, I 100% agree with that statement. Okay? 100% agree with that statement.
Sleep.
On paper.
Nap time. Steph Curry.
Yes. Okay.
Logan crying, front row, ready to put on gloves and come in there and defend his brother if he gets in there with Canelo.
100%.
Build the wall
that being
for what
said,
Canelo would do to Jake Paul. Are you crazy?
I agree 100% on paper. That being said, I thought that Floyd Mayweather would knock out Logan within a few rounds, and then Logan went the entire fight with Floyd, and Floyd couldn't hurt Logan at all.
I never thought Floyd would. Well, you know what? I did think Floyd would probably knock Logan out, but the size difference.
Oh, now we're talking about size. Now we're talking about age. That's what happens every day. It's like
I don't know if I ever said Floyd would knock him out, though. I said Floyd would.
TKO is what I was thinking.
Nah, I thought just on points. I just thought he would finesse him, which he did. Floyd fought like Floyd. And that's what I was trying to say. When you're a big guy and you think you can get in that ring with one of these dudes. Like, these are boxers. They're skilled. They move around. Like, you can't touch them. Yes, was it impressive Logan lasted, I guess, 8 rounds with Floyd? Sure, on paper. But
I think we moving the goalpost, bro. It's like this is what I've seen people do every single time. It's like he's gonna get demolished, and then he beats him, and then it's like, well, he's old. Well, he's an MMA guy. Well, he's this. It's constant moving the goalpost. At a certain point, you're gonna have to say the dude, well, at least with Jake, hasn't lost, and it has only been close once.
This one right here.
No, the Tyron one, I think the first Tyron fight was closer.
The first one? Mm.
And then, so it's only been close once. And then the second time they fought, slept.
Let me ask you a question. Logan is how big?
6'2"?
6'2" what?
200 plus.
Oh, he's a heavyweight.
Yeah.
Does Floyd Mayweather beat Anthony Joshua?
Anthony Joshua has been boxing as a professional.
But that's what I mean.
Yeah.
So somebody that size who actually boxes.
Logan's a vlogger.
Floyd's not even getting in the ring with. You know what I'm saying?
No. 100%. I'm saying weight matters. What I'm trying to say is nobody was saying that before the fight.
I never thought Logan had a chance. Yeah, we can go back and rewind the tape.
No.
Yeah.
But you hear what I'm saying? It's like after the fight, all the excuses come in. Before the fight,
the
peanut gallery is going, it's going to be over. You about to take this guy's head off, myself included. I was like, there's no way.
Yeah, I never thought Floyd would knock Logan out, only because we haven't seen Floyd knock out anybody in forever.
Fair enough.
So that never was my mindset.
Fair enough. All I'm saying is, got to give some credit where credit's due.
Here's the thing. I bought the Jake Paul Anderson Silva fight for one reason and one reason only. I knew I would be entertained.
And it was entertaining.
It was entertaining. Like, it's just that simple for me. Like, I'm not looking, Jake, you have nothing to, I don't know about everybody else. People like me, you don't got nothing to prove. I'm watching you for what you are.
Yeah.
I am highly entertained when I see Jake Paul in the ring. I've watched 5 Jake Paul fights, and I've been entertained for every single one of them. Yeah. Whether it's the knockout or just like the anticipation of, somebody gonna finally fuck Jake up. You know what I mean? Even watching the Silva fight, I'm like, oh shit, Silva giving him all he can handle.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That second round, I was concerned. The second round, Silva came on hard.
The reason I didn't think Silva was going to win, though, is because when I saw some of the blows he was landing on Jake and Jake was taking them, I'm like, he's all right. And Jake never looked fatigued.
Nope. His cardio looked good.
Yeah.
It's an 8-round fight. It's not a 12-round fight. And also, I don't know if 12 rounds benefits Silva. He's 47 years old.
Yeah, you're right.
You know? I'm curious about this Nate Diaz fight. One, what weight are they going to fight at? 2, Nate has fought guys at 155 and 170. He hasn't fought 185-pound guys like Jake.
I thought Silva was about to kick the shit out of Jake. There was one time when Silva kept doing his leg up like that. And I'm like, man, sometimes just off muscle memory and reflex,
throw it.
That's what Jake got to be concerned about.
You
fuck around, you going to get in there with one of them MMA guys and they going to forget they boxing. And they going to catch you in the fucking neck. And that shit ain't going to be worth it.
Not at all.
You better get back to basketball players.
Yeah.
Salute to Diddy. I don't even know what this means anymore. Diddy becomes a billionaire.
Okay.
I don't know what that means anymore.
Well,
I don't know what that means anymore because we know. It's an it's an evaluation. I guess his companies, Ciroc and De Leon, and everything else he got going on. I can't read that. I'm getting old. What did that say?
According to a new report from former Forbes editor Zach O'Malley, Jay-Z is stuck with his spot as the wealthiest hip hop artist in North America with a net worth of $1.5 billion. Earlier this year, Ye was in second place in the list of hip hop's highest earners with $250 million in earnings for 2021. But after his deal with Adidas came to an abrupt end on account of his anti-Semitic comments, he slipped to third place of net worth. He was reportedly worth $2 billion at one point this year. Now Diddy has the second place spot after trailing behind Ye in the past.
Okay, this is what I want to see. Diddy is hip hop's third billionaire with a net worth of $1 billion. His Ciroc partnership with Diego is said to account for the bulk of his wealth, but other assets such as Revolt and De Leon Tequila have certainly helped. Last year, he made how much?
$90
million. I mean, that makes sense. He's in the spirit business.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I mean, a lot. This is all based off valuations of his company. I mean, salute to Diddy. He earned it. The guy's been around forever.
He's interesting because he loves Halloween. You can tell it. It's he lives it.
He made me put on this.
Really?
But I wasn't going to dress up for Halloween.
Yeah.
And then I saw Diddy, and it was like Diddy was literally the essence of this day. And it was and based off, I don't know if I read it or saw it in something I was watching this weekend where they was talking about how these days of the dead, or these days are like days where you just lean into your shadow, you lean into the dark side and you just express it. He did that with that Joker costume and it looked so freeing.
I think, oh, say that again.
It just looks so freeing.
I think the more strict your identity is in the real world, the more you need Halloween or Burning Man. You know, he goes to Burning Man every year.
Oh, wow.
You need these places where you can let loose and not be confined. And I think that there is
Take your mask off.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think there is a rigidity. This is obviously outside perspective, but like there's a rigidity to being a dude in hip hop and a rigidity to being a black person, right? If you go outside of the fray, you could be chastised.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for anything.
For anything.
Literally for anything. Like I think it's changed over the years, but I understand what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I can see why Halloween is this liberating holiday, and so is Burning Man, because you get to just act and behave in whatever way the character is.
Yeah.
You know, it's freeing. So I can see why he goes all in on something like this.
Listen, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed watching him. Please insert when he got into it with Michael Ferguson.
Yo, what was
2-Bit
that
from
about?
Power. It doesn't matter what it was about. It was entertaining. What I think that 2-Bit with Michael Ferguson, I don't know if he knew that was Diddy.
No, I don't think he did.
And I think that probably Diddy ran up on him with Ciroc and DeLeon on his breath. You know what I'm saying? And was on his Joker shit. And Michael clearly not in costume. He's like, man, stop playing with me.
And then, so yeah. So Diddy's like, yo, you got to know who I am.
You got to know who the fuck I am.
You got to know what costume I'm wearing.
I mean, you
every
can
year.
tell that he took at least 5 shots of DeLeon and 7 shots of Ciroc before he left the house.
Yo, he switched characters so fast. It was amazing.
He went through 4. He went from Puff to Love to Diddy to the Joker back to Love. Can you play it, Taylor? Oh.
Do we got some audio?
You know why I love another reason I enjoy Diddy?
What?
There is not a better character in hip hop. Diddy got to be like top 5 characters ever in hip hop. And when there's not a time you gonna meet Diddy and don't get Diddy.
Yeah.
It don't matter if you've been listening to him since the 90s. The person you think he is on those records is the person you meet even at the tender age of 57 years old.
Really?
How old is Diddy? He's over a half a century, I know that much. But he's always Sean Puffy Combs. Taylor, you asked us to play it and you don't even have it ready.
Yeah, Diddy's 52.
52. Yeah. That's okay.
Well,
that's okay.
He's just even that right there, you can take that and chop that up and put it on your album later. You can take that and put it on your mixtape or on your album later.
Yeah.
Just those albums, because like Jadakiss got this song that I love called it's off the last album, and he takes a clip of an Instagram rant that he did when he was like, "You don't hustle, you don't eat. You don't hustle, you don't eat. You think you're gonna fucking out hustle me? Man, I'll never out hustle me."
He's on my comment page saying, "Damn, did he leave some for the rest of us? Nigga, you don't hustle, you don't eat. You don't hustle, you don't eat, nigga. Hustle harder. You ain't gonna never hustle hard as me. Think I do this shit for the money? I do it because what? Why you so mad, Diddy? I'm not mad. I'm disappointed. Giving you the blueprint to get it out here, and you don't want to do what it takes. You want to stay on your Instagram all day, take motherfucking selfies, and you ain't hustling hard? Hustle hard.
That was just an Instagram rap, but it sounds so good on the album.
Yeah.
That right there is going to sound phenomenal on the album.
Yeah.
Usually when somebody says, "Do you know who I am?" you think they're being a dick. Oh, you got it now, Taylor?
Do you know who I am?
For what?
Bro, do you know who I am?
So love, bro. So love, bro. Yo, bro. That's so love.
It's Puff. Come here, give me a hug, though. You lucky, though, nigga. You lucky. You know, I'm really about that. But I love you. And we're together. We're stronger together. You lucky, nigga. Come here. Hold on.
So somebody told him it.
Change your vibration. Yeah, change your vibration. Change your vibration. When you see your brother, you... He's pussy.
Change your vibration.
Pussy. Yeah. You, nigga.
Did nobody tell him it's Diddy yet?
Just I said.
He has that broke character.
What's up, baby? What's up, baby? What's up? You don't like me? Then motherfucker get to it, nigga. If you don't like me, you motherfucking front, get to it, bitch.
Don't fucking play with me on Halloween. I'm down.
You don't play with me on Halloween.
It's what up, then, nigga. What's up? Fucking come over here and I'll bust your shit.
Nah, hey, keep it
You
pimpin'.
fucking pussy. Make sure you don't never talk to me like that, nigga. I'm love, nigga.
Keep it mackin', man.
I'm gonna tell you
Don't
something.
let them get you out there, man.
They gonna stop giving y'all N-words money in a minute.
Man, you got a
Why isn't someone told him it's Diddy?
taking over my
He
energy
wanna
right
hurt you. Nah, don't do it.
So what did I do to
Don't
you?
for this crowd. Don't do it for
What
this
did I
crowd.
do to you?
Don't
You know
do
who
it for
I
this
am?
crowd.
Do you know who I am?
Now Diddy's realizing, oh, you didn't know I was Diddy.
So love, bro. So love, bro. Yo, bro. That's so love. It's Puff. Come here, give me a hug, though. You lucky, though, nigga.
Yeah, I don't think he realized it was Puff. But Diddy, let me tell you something. Robert Smith, Oprah Winfrey, Bob Johnson, the original black billionaires in this country are disgusted. I'm telling you right now, they are disgusted at you new black people who are getting B's in front of your name. All right, there's got to be some billionaire etiquette, right? And it ain't even just the black billionaires, the Elon Musk of the world.
Yeah.
These new billionaires, man, y'all got to start moving the way OG billionaires used to move.
What? How? Why?
I just feel like the etiquette was better. The etiquette was different.
Maybe they had to behave because the OG billionaires were, doing horrible things to get their money.
You think?
I think so.
I hear people say that. Right? People say like, oh, you got to do the most heinous things in order to make billions
No
of dollars.
such thing as a billionaire without a little blood on his hands.
Do we really believe that?
Yes. 100%.
Why? Tell me why. Don't give me some.
The only way I don't believe it is if what do you mean by proof? Like,
Because like what did a tech guy do other than
that's
be,
the thing.
be a genius?
So the tech guys.
What did an oil guy do other than fucking know where the oil's at?
Well, not. I mean, what do you mean? What the oil guy?
What a family generational
What do you
oil.
mean? Hey, CIA. I think we need a little coup over there in Iraq. They got some oil.
What about the oil people in Texas?
Millions of. Say again.
What about people in America who got like Texas got oil right there?
Oh yeah. I mean, there's definitely some shady shit that's going on there for sure.
I'm just saying, it's like we say that, oh, you got to have some blood on your hands. Some people just have great ideas. And those ideas.
Tech is different because it's all evaluation based.
But I think any product. Like if you create a product, like whatever, I mean, I'm sure they're not billionaires, but let's say Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
You made Coke. You made a soda.
Coca-Cola is definitely billionaires.
That's what I'm saying. It's just like, I don't think people, the Waltons who made Walmart, like, I don't think everybody who's made massive amounts of money in this country has done something.
Well, look at Walmart.
illegal.
Like, how many different mom and pop stores did they probably put out of business? Now, I'm not saying that that's blood on your hands, but you are literally going into a market, undercutting every store in the market, losing money on products. You're literally seeing how much the other stores there, the mom and pop stores cost.
Yeah.
You're charging less and losing money, knowing that they'll go out of business, and then you're raising the price.
But you don't know the mom and pop's going out of business. You're not. I don't think you care.
No, listen. I'm not saying this is like. I'm not trying to be like moral about this.
Yeah.
Like I'm not trying to be like ethical about this. I'm just saying to extract that much wealth, you're not exactly looking out for everybody.
I don't think any of us are when we're on our path to do what we do. When you out here and you saying you want to be the best stand-up comic, actually in your mind you are saying I'm about to slay all these motherfuckers.
Yeah,
I'm gonna fuck all these people up. Maybe you think like that when you're opening,
but they can eat too. I don't want them to not eat.
Is that up to you though?
No, because
if I'm the mom and pop, I'm seeing what Walmart's doing, and I'm saying, okay, how do we adjust to survive?
I'm not looking at every other comic's touring schedule and going, yo, book me the same weekend as that guy. I'm gonna fucking carry him. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't do that at all.
Schultz is
like,
a liar.
Nah.
You hear this guy, Alex?
I don't think he does it.
I've watched him do it.
Do what?
Okay.
Dave Chappelle dropped a comedy special.
Yeah, I didn't do
and
tour with
Andrew
him.
said, I'm going to drop me on stage freestyling because I know it's funnier.
But whose idea was that?
Who? It was Alex?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Donnell Rouse going to fuck you up. It's going to be a tag team match between Andrew Schultz and Alex Media versus Dave Chappelle and Donnell
But that's
Rouse.
different. That's just me being nice. You know what I mean? That's a different thing. That's just me being nice. That's completely different.
What happens though, like, sometimes artists want to drop their albums on the same day.
Yeah.
I don't know if these big businesses are necessarily doing that. I think their mind state is, I'm just coming to fuck the market up. And it's not like I'm aiming directly at the mom and pops. I'm aiming at everybody. Like I'm
100%.
I'm establishing this business. We want to be number one in this space. It is what it
Nobody's
is.
pure. Nobody's 100% right in anything. We're all involved in
That's
some
right.
fucked up shit if you go down the production line long enough. That being said,
Well, capitalism.
yeah,
right?
exactly.
Just in general.
Absolutely.
Capitalism in this country is a
or
fucked
in
up
any
system.
country. It's
But
not fucked up, but it is. If you paid people what they were worth, you wouldn't make any money. And that's just
ooh,
the reality.
I gotta credit our. See, I'm getting better. I'm not gonna say it
Bro, you are sweating, dude. It's
because
crazy.
I'm trying to commit
And
to
it's-
this costume.
And it's white sweat for
I'm
some
trying to
reason
commit.
too. It's like, is there paint on you?
No, can you give me a napkin, Taylor? I'm trying
Please.
to. It's right there. It's right there. I'm trying to commit to this costume.
Yeah.
I'm trying to commit to this costume.
Yeah.
But Taylor bypassed the thick hand towels to give me Kleenex. No, the hand.
He's worried about your skin.
Thank you, Taylor. I started to say our fat friend, but I'm not gonna say it.
Oh my God.
Van Lathan, our guy, who we love, right?
I'm not gonna say it. I'm not
What?
gonna say it. He's sorry to say it, but I'm not gonna say it. Yeah. Poor Van,
What?
dude.
I'm just trying to motivate him.
Shout out to Van,
I'm
bro.
just trying to motivate him.
Van, you got this, bro.
Van said he's not doing the podcast till he lose some weight, bro.
That is
Because
probably,
he knows how our audience is.
that's a smarter idea if I've ever heard one. That is, he's not worried about the audience, bro. He's worried about one guy.
You.
Charlemagne.
No,
guy.
you.
Yes, I
You.
support
You.
your weight loss journey, Van.
You.
You got this, my brother. Trust me. You've done it before. You will do it again.
Maybe. A little older now.
Come on. This guy's an animal, bro. This guy is an
I love
absolute
Van.
animal.
But Van said something this weekend, and I said to Van, this might be the most brilliant thing I've ever heard you say. And Van's brilliant, but this might be the most brilliant thing I've ever heard Van
Crazy.
say. And I know I'm not going to break it down as eloquent as him, but he was breaking down the difference between value and worth. Nobody can ever pay you what you're worth. Like your worth is infinite. Like think about LeBron James when he played for the Cavaliers. LeBron James, when they said he left Cleveland, the economy of the city went down.
Yeah, for
the
sure.
Cleveland Cavaliers could never pay LeBron what he's worth,
Yeah.
but they can pay him the highest value for a player of his caliber based off the business that they're in.
Yeah.
That's why they have the max contract.
Yeah, for
You know
sure.
what I mean? And I think a lot of times we all sit down and we have these conversations like, I know my worth. Yeah, but do you know your value?
Mm.
Do you know what your value is to said company you work for? Do you know your value to the industry you're in? So there's a difference between value and worth. And I think that little change in language will save a lot of people a lot of disappointment. Because what I'm seeing right now is everybody having these know your worth conversations, when the reality is you should know your value to whatever
Industry
you're in.
That's interesting.
You know what I mean? Because if you go in there with worth, like you're going to always feel disappointed. You're going to always feel like you're not getting what you're worth because they could never truly pay you what you're worth.
But as
can
long
they,
as,
But they can pay you the top value.
Yeah.
Right? They can pay you what your value is. So I'm like I said, Van can break it down way better than me, but I just think there's a difference between value and worth. And I'm watching a lot of people leave a lot of money on the table because they're not getting paid what they're worth.
Right.
And they're watching what's happening with other people. And listen, two things happen in situations when people do deals and stuff. They lie, fudge the numbers a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And then other times they really do get what they say they got, but that's their value to whatever
Can you speak on
company
who you're
they're
talking
in.
about?
I'm just talking in general. Like it's just a broad, but that's their value to whatever company they're affiliated with or whatever industry they're in. That might not be your value.
Yeah, you might think you're worth $100 million, but the industry that you're in that is paying for your services might only be able to profit off of you if they're paying you $50 million. So are they going to lose $50 million by paying you what you believe you're worth? They're probably not going to do it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I don't think people understand that. It's still, even as I'm paying you, I still have a business to run. And I can't bankrupt my business paying you, you know, what you think you're worth. Because the reality is it's not about your worth, it's about your value. That's why it's very important to know everything. Know how much, you know, ad revenue
Yeah.
Not only your show might be bringing in, or your station might be bringing in, or
Yeah.
what are you responsible for ad revenue wise?
Yeah.
When you can factor that in, then you probably know what your value should be. And look at what's going on in the industry that you're in. What is everybody else that's on your level or your caliber of show or personality getting?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
Let's pay some bills, man.
Let's do it, bro.
Salute to Squarespace. Today's episode is brought to you by Squarespace. Squarespace is the all-in-one platform for building your brand and growing your business online. Stand out with a beautiful website, engage with your audience, and sell anything, your products, content you create, and even your time, okay? You got to have a website nowadays. I actually think that websites are going to make a huge, huge comeback, especially with everything that's going on with social media nowadays. It's very, very shaky. I don't think you motherfuckers is going to pay to be on Twitter. What am I saying? Of course you're going to pay to be on Twitter. We'll talk about that in a minute. Squarespace makes it easy for creators to monetize their content and expertise in a way that fits their brand. With member areas, you can unlock a new revenue stream for your business and free up time in your schedule by selling access to gated content like videos, online courses, and newsletters. Create pro-level videos effortlessly. The Squarespace Video Studio app helps you make and share engaging videos to tell your story, grow your audience, and drive sales. Stand out in any inbox with Squarespace email campaigns. Collect email subscribers and convert them into loyal customers. Start with an email template and customize it by applying your brand ingredients like site colors and logo. Built-in analytics measure the impact of every send. Use those analytics and insights to grow your business. Learn where your site visits and sales are coming from and analyze which channels are most effective. Improve your website and build a marketing strategy based on your top keywords and most popular products and content. Head to squarespace.com/idiot for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, use offer code IDIOT to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. That's squarespace.com/idiot with offer code IDIOT for 10% off your first purchase. Let's get back to the show. Church announcement, Schultzy. What you got?
Nothing, man. Nothing, man. Talk to me.
What the fuck, man? How you gonna pay for renting out these goddamn surfing places if you don't fucking get back on the road, bro?
Yo, I'm working on it. I'm getting back up on stage, so that's been fun. But it's got to be, you can't rush. You can't rush
Greatness,
man.
Nah, I'm with you.
It's got to be, and purity. Like, I think there's a lot of people that just rush it back out because they want to be back on tour or fulfill the desire, that kind of stuff. Whereas, like, I want to make something special that is better than the last thing that you saw. Every time you come see it, it's got to be the best show ever. So there's pressure that comes with that. But like, for me, I don't want to just make something an hour. I want to really make sure that each piece and bit kind of blends together, and that takes time.
So in the meantime, you're just doing your movie thing.
So filming this movie, and I go back out there tonight.
I told you I was where was I at? I was at Ad Week. I did a panel for Ad Week a couple of weeks ago, and one of the agents there, my man Oren, he was like, "Yeah, man." He said, "Man, I know somebody who's I guess I don't know if he's working on the movie that you're doing." He's saying Schultz is stealing the whole movie. Nah, I promise you, that's what he said to me.
I mean, that's cool, man. That'd be really cool. That'd be really cool. But yeah,
but that's big. Every Thursday night, 11:30, hell of a week on Comedy Central. Make sure you tune in this Thursday. I forgot who's going to be on the show this week. I'm sorry.
You had a good one last week.
Last week was T.I., Tommy Davidson, and Kristen Soltis Anderson from CNN, and one-on-one conversation with my man Stephen Colbert. That was fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, every Thursday night, 11:30 on Comedy Central. You can stream us on Paramount Plus to catch up on all the episodes, and make sure you go grab Summer of '85. Chris Moreau is in here right now. Make sure you get Summer of '85. That's our latest project that we put out on SBH Audible. That's me and Kevin Hart's company on Audible. It tells the story of the summer of 1985 in Philadelphia with the bombing of the MOVE organization, as well as the Live Aid concert that happened in Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm.
So check that out. Twitter.
We could talk.
I have who you're gonna have.
Oh, you got let me see who I got this week on Hell of a Week. Thank you, Taylor. Thank you, Bruno Mars. Oh, this week we have, oh my God, Donnell Rollins. Why do we book Donnell? Why? Why? Can we change the booking? Jesus Christ. Nice to have you, Solar Dad, but Donnell? Just sitting here thinking how I can ruin Donnell's life on national television.
Yep.
what can I do to ruin Donnell's life on national television? I will think about it and get back to you. Right?
Can we please talk about what everybody's been DMing me and tagging me in for the last fucking 3 days or whatever?
I'm sure it has something to do with Kanye West.
Yes, it does.
Yes.
Okay, so a video came out of you, I believe, on Vlad, sitting with the worst posture ever on a couch.
That was 9 years ago, man. I was, a different person.
Yeah. That was 9 complexions ago. That's how you gotta. That's how you gotta describe.
You know what's so
your
funny?
lifestyle.
Whenever an old video comes out of some old content, I just go to it. If I got a dark face, I'm like, I don't even
need to listen.
I don't even care. They right. Whatever they say, they right. I was a wild boy, right?
Okay, so now everybody's saying that like, yo, Charlamagne was saying the exact same thing. He's criticizing Kanye for
calling me a hypocrite.
What are your thoughts on that?
Well, their exact thing was, they were upset that I called Kanye a Nazi because, he went after black people and Jewish people in the same week. And they're saying that, what I said was the same thing. I think that there's a big difference in saying there are a lot of Jewish people who hold powerful positions in Hollywood in the music industry, right? Like me saying that is a fact. That's like saying there's a lot of black players in the NBA.
Yeah, it's a fact.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if I say, hey, there's a lot of Jewish people in Hollywood and the music industry, and they control the messaging, and, they're responsible for all the negative content that goes out, and, they're manipulating the media and this and that. That's where the anti-Semitism comes into play. Yeah. Chris, you're come on, Mr. Why am I sitting here having conversations when we have a Jewish man in the room that can explain it better than me? A well-researched Jewish man who's still wearing masks for no reason.
Here we go, Chris.
It's the Jew Minute with Chris Morrow.
Yeah.
It is true. Jews founded Hollywood as we know it today. And the reason is because there was no film industry in the 1920s. Mm-hmm. And a lot of Jews were shut out of, at the time, traditional, I don't think they would even call it media there, but entertainment.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of the founders of the Hollywood studio were like furriers, like people who sold furs, because at that time men wear fur hats and fur jackets, and that was a big thing that Jews were involved in. And they went out to Los Angeles and they started this industry. So from that alone, it makes sense that they're still, well represented in it because they essentially started it.
I was watching an Adam Sandler sketch from SNL back in the day called Hanukkah Hollywood or something like that.
Yeah.
And the whole sketch was literally based on the large amount of representation of Jewish people.
But when you feel like the only kid in town without a Christmas tree, here's a list of people who are Jewish, just like you and me.
But it's okay. I don't think there's any issue with having like a large amount of representation.
Yeah,
I think the issue is saying that, one, they control the media.
Yeah, saying they control every industry in the world and they're responsible for all the evils in the world.
Control the banks.
Exactly. That's what the
that type of messaging. But being part of an industry that they helped start is not bad.
That's
Nobody
right.
was. It's like saying like black people starting soul food. It's like, you should be overrepresented in soul food.
That's right. Huh? Well, no, you should. I don't know if we are, but we should.
But you should be.
Yeah.
100%.
And also, too, it's like, here's the thing that people keep forgetting, and it's weird, right?
But I think
Kanye had a lot of different conversations going on.
Yeah.
Kanye threatened? That's what the issue is. The DEFCON 3.
Well, DEFCON, now that's debatable because DEFCON is not about attack, it's about defense.
It's still it's still ready for war.
Yeah, but it's ready for being attacked, not ready to attack someone. He doesn't even know what the fuck it is.
That's my
he's
point.
Using it. But the point is that he's acting as if there's this one religion and group of people that has control of the media and is using that media for nefarious intent. It's using that media to fuck over black people, his people. It's using that media to control narrative, and it's using that media to currently, in this point, destroy his life. He's destroying his life. There's no accountability. This is what he's doing to himself. What if anybody else said the things that he said about any other group, they too would be canceled. What I saw in that video that everybody's tagging me in is you saying that there are people that are out there trying to protect themselves from hate. You said, I would like black people to also do this when people hate on us.
Yeah.
That's what I understood from that video.
I literally said in the video that, you know, this was 9 years ago. I do have a slightly different take on it now, but I said that, you know, I feel like we don't have an organization that has that kind of power. Like I specifically mentioned the NAACP.
Right.
You know what I mean? That could write a letter to a company and demand something. But here's the thing. I might have been a little off on that because I don't even know if it's about the organization having the power. It's just the organization doing it. Because as Frederick Douglass said, power concedes nothing without a demand. I think that's the one thing that we're all forgetting about everything that's been going on the past couple of weeks. Jewish people organized and strategized. They had petitions. They had, you know, the Anti-Defamation League writing letters. They had, you know, people like Ari Emanuel doing op-eds and different things. And they were actually asking for something. So when you hear black people say, oh, well, how come this corporation didn't drop, you know, Kanye because of his anti-black comments? It's like, did we ask them to? Like, well, I wouldn't expect a corporation, that's got to be super confusing, right? If I'm a white corporation and I hear a black guy saying something
about
black people, it's just like, all right, we can put the deal under review, but what do we do with this?
100%.
It's like listening to black people say the N-word at the job. It's like,
100%.
What do we do?
Yeah, it's not your conversation.
That's all. That's it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's easy to reprimand a white person for saying the N-word. You know that's wrong.
And it happens all the time.
Happens all the time. You know what I mean? But it's just like, when you get that from a black person, it's like, what are you supposed to do? And then when I saw Kanye, compare his situation to George Floyd, man.
Bro.
He now
Jewish
knows
media's foot is on my neck.
He now knows what it feels like to have a knee on his neck. It's like, yeah, my brother.
Your
man.
knee is on your neck.
How about this? How about this, yay? How about this? Adidas don't really have their knee on your neck like that. This is all self-inflicted. Simple as that.
Yeah, 100%.
It's all self-inflicted. And I'm gonna tell you the other thing. Minus forget the Vlad TV clip. That's just people reaching, right? I saw them also went viral from us talking about the fact when I said, you know, I hope that this is the time that Kanye actually goes out there and gets some real healing.
Well, they said you don't know if he's going to be here.
Yeah, well, I said right. I feel like he's moving like a person who's not going to be here much longer. Right? I hope that this is what it takes for him to actually
hurt people, like you always say, man.
They do, and I hope that this is what helps him to go find some real healing. Because clearly he's hurting, right? And I don't see this ending well. I feel like he's moving like a person who doesn't feel like he's going to be here much longer. You know what I mean? And
how much longer?
I'm not even doing that. And everybody's like, oh, you wishing death on Kanye? No, I'm not. Any psychotherapist, any therapist can look at a person and say, man, this guy is having a manic episode in front of everybody.
You know what's funny though?
Manic episodes don't end well.
I saw people in the comments. I saw like Kevin Durant in the comments. Like, this is an awful conversation these people are having. It's like, yo, go do something then. Go do something.
Why are we?
You out here commenting? Why don't you go call your mans if you know him and help him?
Why are we?
What is your comment doing to help?
Why do we love car crashes? Why do we do this?
Yeah.
How come when we see something bad happening, we do this?
Yeah,
we do this. That's all we're doing.
This is a horrible conversation. Yo, bravo. KD, the way that you pointed that out. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. So helpful to Kanye in the situation. So helpful to the Jewish community. What an amazing contribution to this catastrophe that we have.
People are like, oh, that's disgusting. What is disgusting about saying, I hope somebody gets the healing that they need? And we're literally, I'm looking at a man who's moving like he feels like he's not going to be here much longer. This is what, talk to any therapist, talk to any psychiatrist. We're watching a manic episode in real time. This is what they do.
Yeah.
They start self-sabotaging, giving things away, don't care if they lose things. And it's just like, we're watching this in real time.
Massive impulsivity.
Yes. And everybody's we're just going to sit around and wait until something bad happens to be like, man, I didn't see that coming. Like this video right here, all of these people sitting around applauding him, going, yeah, Kanye, yeah, Kanye.
Yeah.
No, how about, yo, stop, Kanye. Kanye, let's go get some help, man.
It's too much money to be made off of him, which is, I'm sure why he's so hurt is because he is this person that you can profit off of. And so many people have probably used him throughout his life. And he's choosing to pinpoint one group with that frustration. But I'm sure it's not one group. I'm sure wherever he was being, quote unquote, used or taken advantage of. He's also one of the richest people in history, so I don't know how much he's taken advantage of. But
it's weird to me, even when I hear him say, we got to make sure these contracts are fair. Out of one breath, you're saying these contracts aren't fair.
Mm-hmm.
We need to see all the contracts. But then on the other breath, I was the richest black man in America.
Yeah.
So which was it?
What about your artist contracts? Are those fair?
Big Sean said they weren't.
That's what I'm saying. It's just be the change you want to see, bro. It's bullshit.
His excuse for that was, I didn't run my label. It was a Vanity.
So then
label.
run it. You the richest man in America. Like, I don't know. Dude, he put out that long thing about where he was going after Ari Emanuel, the guy who owns WME, and he's like, what are you going to do for the 60 kids that are no longer at this school anymore? How are you going to help the children? Like, hey, Kanye, why don't you think about the children before you're spitting this anti-Semitic shit? Like, you have a responsibility to the people that work for you. You have the responsibility to pay your bills. You have a responsibility to your family.
That's right.
Once you get canceled, you're like, oh, you guys are so evil. You're trying to take it away from me. No, man the fuck up. Okay? Man the fuck up and understand that there are repercussions for your actions.
His arrogance got the best of him.
Wasn't it a private school too?
It wasn't unaccredited.
I don't know.
No, but people were paying it.
Yeah, you got to pay. You got to pay it.
So if you make the decision to pay to send your kid to a Kanye West school, that's on you.
But also, yes, an unaccredited school where
Kanye doesn't have to pay. Like as a parent, I'm just saying. Like,
an unaccredited school where the founder doesn't read. But guess what else?
Yeah, wow.
But guess what else?
Yeah.
He put out a statement. And in his statement, it says, based off the decision of our founder, the school is closing down.
So Kanye
decided to close the school, and now you got like teachers and other people quitting because of the anti-Semitic comments, but you decided to close the school. So that's your decision. It's just like, it's just master manipulation at its finest, man. And
well, I just see him starting to apologize, then he backs off. But like the apology is going to come. He already backed off the George Floyd. He's so fucking manipulative.
But look how different he talked to Ari Emanuel as opposed to George Floyd's baby mom.
Question the death of George Floyd. It hurt my people. It hurt the black people. So I want to apologize to hurting them because right now God has shown me by what Adidas is doing and by what the media is doing, I know how it feels to have a knee on my neck now. So I thank you, God, for humbling me and letting me know how it really felt. Because how could the richest black man ever be humbled other than to be made to not be a billionaire in front of everyone off of one comment?
Can I say one thing about the George Floyd thing? Like, he knows that he needs the security blanket, the shield of black people. So he looked at what pissed off black people the most, right? He's like, all right, it wasn't the Jewish comments. I don't got to apologize for that shit. It was the George Floyd shit. Hey, black people, I'd like to apologize for the George Floyd thing. I was wrong. Now I understand what George Floyd feels like because I have the knee on my neck. He's just saying whatever's going to help him survive. Yeah,
like, I just did a screening for Till this weekend, bro. Like, you're none of these things. George Floyd didn't make a choice to get executed by the state. Emmett Till didn't make a choice to get killed by those racist white people in Mississippi. Like, the words that came out of your mouth were a choice.
Yeah.
You decided to do that. You decided to tweet that.
And
you decided to double and triple down on all of that.
Yo, it's so funny. Like, he thinks that he's like, and you see what's happening to me? Isn't this proof that they run everything? And it's like, I don't understand why he doesn't see that anybody that says hateful, bigoted shit has repercussions.
Yeah.
Like, just explain to me another person that has pushed hateful rhetoric that hasn't been punished. I'm just trying to understand it. You tell me. Like, who's going, this is how I feel about the world. Tell me.
No, I haven't seen it.
Some people would say Trump. I don't know if getting kicked off of Twitter counts as punishment or not.
Trump, yeah.
Let me see.
Trump was president, though.
What was he saying? No, hold on. But what was he saying that was like this?
Well, it wasn't directed towards Jews. I mean, a lot of people would say, especially like what he said about immigrants would be considered hateful, I think.
What? Yeah.
I mean, I don't have it at my fingertips.
Now we're slicing it thin, but yeah. Okay, I understand how people were offended by it.
What did you think about what I said on Vlad TV 9 years ago, Chris?
I thought it was, I think I would say for starters, stay away from saying Jews run stuff. And I think you've learned that over the last 9 years. I mean, I think we talked about that on this podcast. I guess it was like when all that Nick Cannon stuff was happening.
Years ago, yeah. Mm-hmm. I used the same type of rhetoric a couple of years ago. I actually said that this shows Jewish people have power, and I wish I can't wait till we get that kind of power because we can't even get the cops who kill us fired.
Right.
I don't know why that's bad.
Well, when you talk to somebody Jewish, you will. Like when you talk to somebody and they explain
I talk to
you,
my friends that are Jewish. They don't think that that's bad.
Well, I mean, I guess
I think there's an extreme sensitivity to there's a difference between having power and being in control.
Right.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
wealthy people have power.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that they're in control,
Yeah.
but they have the ability to make some phone calls. Like, for example, if a friend of mine who's not Jewish owns fucking AT&T or something like that, right? He might have a friend at a country club who won't let some asshole in because we found out that asshole fucking hit his wife.
Yeah,
so he
yeah,
calls
yeah,
the country club and go, listen, I don't want this fucking wife beater joining our country club. Fuck that guy. And the country club goes, all right, I'm cool. He doesn't run everything.
Yeah.
And I think there's a difference between having power and running everything. That being said, I understand why Jews are sensitive because these are the conversations that lead to the dehumanization of Jews. So they're going to be very sensitive to when they're all positioned in this way. Do all Jews have power? No. Does the guy who runs Disney, is he still Jewish? Bob Iger, is he even still there?
He quit.
Probably.
Well, maybe it's does
Eisner was Jewish.
To who?
Eisner, who was before him.
Okay, Eisner.
Right.
He has some power. Right? So there are individuals that happen to be.
Yeah, I think
the problem is when you blanket it.
I agree.
Are there dangerous fucking white people? Yeah. Are all white people dangerous? No. Are there dangerous black people? Yes.
Yeah.
Are all black people dangerous? Yes.
No, fuck
no. But you know what I mean? Like, so that's the way that you're speaking about these people.
I think all humans
is a
are
problem.
dangerous in some way, shape, or form. We all have the potential to be dangerous. But I get exactly what you're saying, and I think that's the problem, right? That's what I've heard a lot of. You know, my Jewish
I've seen
people
way
say.
more anti-Semitic shit lately. It's crazy.
It's crazy.
It's unbelievable.
Like I saw
and
a dude,
anti-black.
son. There's a dude that walked into Finelli's. This is a
Dressed
bar
as a Nazi.
in my neighborhood, bro.
Listen, do you understand what the problem is? And this is why.
Isn't that crazy?
I'm talking about this is why all of these conversations.
Al goes, it's Halloween. Now I'm.
You're out of your fucking mind.
No.
I don't give a fuck. That joke will get you fucked up
I
in
thought about that.
2022.
Like, what would I have done if I was in Finelli's? I think I gotta like pour a beer on that guy or some shit.
Hey, you better
like,
get the fuck out the way.
Yeah.
The motherfucker dressed up as a Nazi comes in there in New York City, dressed as if I'm Jewish, I'm running. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I jump in this motherfucker or something.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm not taking no chances with this dude. In 2022, when you see all of this anti-blackness, all this anti-Semitism on the rise, this country is on the fast track to fascism.
Prince Harry did that shit, didn't he?
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, he dressed up as a Nazi.
The British have a weird fascination with Nazism, and especially the royal family, because they're really German. They're not even British for the most part. But that's a whole other thing. I mean, I think I said on here last week, I was like, I like to see the anti-Semitism. I like to know where it's at. I think I've changed my tune.
Bro, Did I not tell him you was tripping last week? I told Chris he was
I think
tripping
I got
last week.
enough.
That shit.
I got
Because
enough, man.
It's really interesting when you see how when influential people start pushing out the rhetoric, it creates a confidence for the other people to come out and do it. I don't know if that guy's dressing up as a Nazi if this isn't happening in culture right now.
No way.
I don't know if he is. Now, I also saw like one of those digital billboards on the top of a building. I don't know where it was. Like Kanye was right about the Jews.
That was in Florida. It was the Florida-Georgia game, I believe. Somebody fucking digitized that shit on the side of the building. I'm telling you, man, that's why everybody is moving the way they are right now, because we are in a very dangerous time in our fucking society.
Right.
And everybody's doing this shit. This ain't just like people in like public citizens. This is fucking people in government pushing this shit. People in government pushing this anti-black rhetoric, this anti-Semitic rhetoric. Like this shit is scary, bro. Very, very scary. Nobody got time to be playing right now, man. That's why I don't even understand. That's why I don't understand why at a moment like this would you even involve yourself in any of this shit.
This is what I've realized happens a lot with people. There's a difference between when people agree with you and when they exalt you, and when people actually believe in you as a person and they exalt you, right? So it's like anybody will exalt the person that they agree with. I mean, that's what's happening with Kanye right now. There are people who don't like black people that are saying Kanye was right because he said that George Floyd was killed by fentanyl.
Bro, you got black people who are supposed to be so pro-black who will use cognitive dissonance, because you got to really go hard to ignore all the anti-black stuff Kanye said just because they dislike another community
exactly
even more. Like how wild is
so
it?
that's all it is.
How do you dislike a community more than you love your own?
Well, I think it's more just like you're so used to not being agreed with, especially with famous people. And then finally a famous person is echoing your sentiments and you don't give a fuck what that famous person looks like. You're just like, thank God this person is telling me I'm right. And that's what Trump did with a lot of groups. And that's what Kanye is doing with a lot of groups. And now he's backing that shit up because, you know, the money's costing him and the community is criticizing him.
He does this all the time. I've told y'all this for the billionth time.
Yeah.
Whenever he's up, it is slavery was a choice. White lives matter. Hey, my presidential campaign is ran secretly by GOP elite just to take the black vote away from the Democrats. But whenever he's going through something, whether it's beef with his ex-wife or beef with corporations, he's the most pro-black person in the world. And for whatever reason, folks fall for it.
My people. I need to look at my
time.
people. The contracts need to be good for my people. Like,
it's unreal. I really truly just want him to get some help, man. Because I don't know what y'all seeing that I'm not seeing, but I see a manic episode playing out in real time, and manic episodes don't end well without the proper medication. My therapist said it's the reason you don't see 70-year-old bipolar diagnoses. They don't make it. That's what he said.
This is an awful conversation we're having.
It's not an awful conversation. It's nasty. It's nasty.
It's a nasty conversation.
Real quick before we get out of here, because I got to go, but why do we live in a world where it's easier to talk about conspiracies and a bunch of shit we can't prove or don't really know, but when we start discussing reality, it's a nasty conversation?
That's what we were talking about before. It's easier to play.
Wow.
Play. We want play. We want make-believe. We want things that aren't exactly real because they don't force us to deal with the reality of life. Then we talk about the reality of life and it's like, oh, that's a nasty conversation right there.
Wow.
That's a horrible conversation when you talk about the reality of life.
Things we've seen. Like Kanye's not the first person we've seen having a manic episode. Like you mental illness runs in your family.
Yeah.
Like mental illness is in my family. Like we've seen these things before. We know how this ends if this person does not get help.
You want to know what a nasty conversation is?
Talk to me.
A nasty conversation is going to be if something, God forbid, awful does happen to Kanye. And then we're going to have a nasty conversation about all them celebrities that were commenting and not doing nothing. That's going to be a nasty conversation.
Wow.
When we go about all the commenters, all the keyboard warriors that ain't reaching out behind the scenes, that ain't trying to use their power, their influence to get that man help.
Wow. Right.
That's going to be the nasty conversation.
Wow. It's a cop-out.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I texted Charlamagne this weekend. It's like, if your words have that much power that you can speak these things into existence, speak into existence Chris Morrow getting a brownstone in Brooklyn somewhere, and then speak into existence ending inflation, and then you can cure cancer too. It's just like...
No, that's interesting what Chris said, because people do say that, right? People be like, man, Charlamagne be predicting things, or, you know, I got friends that be like, man, don't say that because you be saying stuff that's coming true. I'm not no fucking psychic. It's patterns, bruh.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, smart people learn from their own mistakes. Wise people learn from the mistakes of others. We've seen this. If every day of your life you eat McDonald's for lunch, breakfast, and dinner, and I don't know why I couldn't do it in order just now, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Yeah. If every day you eat that shit and you don't eat nothing else, I'm going to say, Show, you're going to get fat. Does that make me a psychic? No. What the fuck?
Well, it's not even a psychic. The implication is it wouldn't happen unless you spoke on it.
Yeah.
It's really weird. It's really dangerous that we're in a world where people believe conspiracies over just real fucking life.
Yeah.
Like, it's unbelievable. Let's do some Asking Idiots and get the fuck up out of here. I got time for two. What we got? Tangerine says, what fictional world would you want to be made into reality for everyone? Oh, what you got, Schultz?
What fictional world would I want to be made into a reality?
For everybody.
For everybody. Wakanda, bro.
Easy call.
Because they got all the cool technology.
Easy call.
Yeah.
Easy call.
And the chicks with the cool haircuts.
Easy call. Easy
you know what I mean? This is, isn't that crazy? Like, all the technology in the world, and they can't get girls to grow their hair.
They don't want to grow it.
Oh, they're shaving it on purpose.
Yeah. I would assume. I mean, I think that's the look of the Dora Milaje, and it looks fly as fuck. I can't wait to see Wakanda Forever. I might have a screening for Wakanda Forever soon.
Ooh.
Maybe sometime this week or next week. They don't come out to the 11th, but yeah, Wakanda.
But no, Wakanda seems like a cool ass fucking place.
Easy
I don't know.
call.
Yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think?
Wakanda for me. The only other place I would even think about is Avatar, but I don't know if I want to be big
I
and
don't
blue.
want to be all over there with the fucking.
I don't want to be big and blue, bro. But
Get out of here with all that.
Did you ever? Have you ever rode the ride, the Avatar ride at Universal Studios?
No.
Fucking incredible.
Yeah.
What about Ready Player One?
Yo. Yeah, that Ready Player One is crazy. Also, low key, like Harry Potter World would be kind of lit.
Or
Hell yeah.
food looks trash.
Say again?
The food looks trash.
Yeah, it ain't gonna be that good.
Yeah, the food looks trash in Harry Potter World. And the crazy part is, if you go to Universal Studios, you can go to all of these places.
Yeah, I went to Harry Potter.
My daughter and wife were impressed with Harry Potter. If you don't give a fuck about Harry Potter, you're not gonna be impressed by it.
Yeah, but if you watch the movies and shit, it's cool to go there.
Avatar was good. Having that goddamn big ass dragon between your fucking legs.
Yeah.
You can feel it breathing on your thighs and
yeah. Nah. No. Ready Player One is crazy. And I feel like that's not even that far away, but that was fire. I really like Ready Player One.
We can end on this one. WK Nisha says, what's the best and worst birthday gift you received as a kid? Fuck you, yo. Fuck you. You know what I went through as a child. You know I was a Jehovah's Witness. You know what I'm saying? You should have said
get
Andrew.
presents?
Huh?
You didn't get presents?
No, we don't celebrate any holidays at all. No. Shut the fuck up, Taylor. Yo, that shit really triggered me just now. Taylor was like, oh, that's so sad. You didn't get a cake? Yeah. No, I didn't. Okay, Jehovah's Witnesses don't celebrate nothing. No birthdays, crazy, no holidays, no crazy. Nothing. Put
that's really crazy.
Y'all see me goddamn cry.
Yeah.
What about you, Schultz?
Oh my God.
Say again?
What was your best and worst birthday gift?
God damn, I don't know. Best and worst birthday gift. I don't know. I don't remember them. I deadass do not remember them. I cannot remember the best or worst birthday gift. Wow.
You got so many that you can't even fucking remember?
Probably. Yeah, I truly don't know. Wow, that's weird.
What about you, Chris?
Same one, I could say. I got a bike, Ross bike with a banana seat, which was popular in the 70s.
Yeah.
That I desperately wanted it, and I left it outside to run inside to get something, and I came back, and it was
game over.
Salute to the Jehovah's Witnesses, baby, that stole that bike.
Right.
You know, we were going to eat regardless. You know what I'm saying? How dare y'all be out here celebrating holidays without us? Y'all know what we was going through as JW kids, okay? May Jehovah forgive those Jehovah's Witnesses that stole Chris's bike when they were younger, okay? Can we go now?
Yeah, we can go.
As always,
Bye,
if you listen to this podcast, you think we're smart, you think we're intelligent, you think we're brilliant. But if you listen to this podcast and you think we're just a couple idiots who don't know shit, you're right too. It's the Brilliant Idiots Podcast. Thank you for listening.
Hey.